It's
are
like
legit loose.
in World War Z when the plane starts going down, zombies are everywhere.
I'll take your word for it.
Then Brad Pitt.
This sounds like a risky roll.
Yeah.
Because if you fuck this up, you're calling an avalanche right on top of you guys.
Jack is like, once again, like trying to wiggle his nose and like conjure up some like white magic white powder.
Kind of a giant sled now. The ship is like spinning, it's being like pierced by other boulders and shit. It's a DC 5.
As soon as I get up, I slap you in the face.
Do
and
I
I
get-
realize what happened.
I'm trying to like grab onto something like that I think is like extra gnarly, extra stinky, extra.
I knew I should have picked him up.
Sorry, dude.
Please, they're not good ideas. They're just ideas.
Just for you, time momentarily stops. And you suddenly...
No words are knock.
Dude, if I survive this, my character's new goal is to kill you no matter what.
That's all right.
Villain origin story.
Yeah.
Okay.
16 will
Well,
You might
Justin,
not have been evil,
I'm
but
sad
now
to say
you are.
you might
Yeah.
not be part of the skill challenge, I'm afraid to say.
I can't. Well, I'm unless somebody
Does
heals
that mean
me.
it's an auto fail every time?
No,
No.
I'm not doing anything to
But
make
if
it worse.
if another failure happens, and he has to, then that's bad because he can't roll a dex save if he's KO.
Oh.
So you guys might hear like, above you, Wilhelm scream on the upper deck, and you're like, wait, was that 16? Like
Heal me, motherfuckers. I'll pay you.
maybe past tense 16.
Yeah.
All right, that was you two. Isa, it is up to you. Sorry.
That's not a
That's
good
okay.
idea.
That's the dice.
okay.
And this asshole.
So. Okay. Cool.
For the record, while you're thinking, not always the case for a skill challenge.
Yeah.
But typically, 3 failures means the skill challenge is over, and usually the consequence for the third is pretty bad. So I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have much that I can do, so I'm thinking of just shoving stuff off of the ship to give us less velocity, in physics
to
terms.
slow down the.
Okay.
How doesn't
Hoping-
that make us faster?
No, I'm hoping like that the resistance of the snow. You don't seem to agree with me, but
No,
it's fine.
but
That's not.
I've been on a 2-person bike. You definitely go faster downhill 2 people than 1 person.
Yeah, there's like
100%.
it goes, if you're heavy enough, you're gonna sink. If you're just the right amount of heavy, you're gonna.
Alright,
What's
man.
the heaviest thing you can push off?
Yeah.
Honestly, not much, if I'm being honest. But
How about a person or your equipment? Or I'm throwing ideas out there because there is the stuff under you, but that shit's like like it's quickly being ground under your feet, underfoot.
I'm gonna start shoving.
There's a lot of bodies. Yeah, there's a lot of
There are bodies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like we were saying,
They're
the
objects.
ship has kind of Himalaya'd, as it were. So that's a great idea.
Is there a crack still?
There's certainly some cracks. What skill would you like to do to represent your capacity to unload the ship as best you can, as it's hurtling
Just
down up?
athletics, like. full
Sure.
just-
Weight distribution. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Muscles. Picking the right die on this is gonna be hard.
Sources free rules.
17 plus 4.
Yeah, I just want to make sure.
17 plus 4.
Yeah.
That is a success. 21 is quite good. You managed to get all the corpses of all the insatiable dead out of the way. You start even unloading some of the loot that's kind of in the bowels of the ship. Like I was saying, under the floorboards, a lot of it's already kind of flying out, but you managed to unload as much as you can.
Yeah.
That's.
I'm thinking since we're a ship, I doubt that we're gonna hit the amount of weight where we fly over the snow really and not get that much resistance because it's still fucking really heavy. But yeah, but that was that.
Fair. Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. We're at the top of the round. That's a classic spell. So absolutely. Give me a death save, please.
Of course.
I think that's how we're gonna have to do this. Yeah. Thank you. The private one. Okay, noted. The floor's open to you as well because we're now at the top.
Okay, how many fails are we at?
How many fails? 1 fail, 2 successes.
Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go first because I have ideas
Well,
based on.
So-
he hasn't gone yet, so he has to go before you go.
Would you like a little? Okay.
Yes.
So I don't always say this, but for the tension, I think it might be worth it. You need a lot of successes here. This is a tough fucking challenge. The way I'm kind of breaking this down, there are 2 halves of a ship. Each half, 5 successes. Ideally, 10 successes total.
Okay.
5 would be good.
So
10
just to
is
throw
what
this
you're
out here, I have an idea that specifically we're gonna fail. I have an idea of something to do, but until that point, like you guys go first, kind of thing. So if we get to 2, like I should
I don't
probably.
like your ideas.
Yeah. I'm gonna be like, wait. So basically, Jack is like once again like trying to wiggle his nose and like conjure up some like magic white powder, and it's control water. So you see on each side of the boat these huge waves. Not only am I able to part the water, so like part basically the snow in this case, part it in a way that that it's like a large V to guide us, perfectly towards where we're going to avoid any major jutting rocks, and also make sure that there's plenty of fluffy snow beneath the hull so that it's not being shaved by the edge of the stone. Literally controlling water, aka controlling snow, toward the correct path.
Let me just make sure. The spell, I double checked
Okay.
the source. I was mostly concerned about the source, but the level of the spell might be 4th level, I believe. Is that wrong?
No, you're right.
4th level. You don't have a 4th level slot.
You're right.
That was a good idea.
That was a great idea.
I will not go.
That would have been
next. I will
yeah.
not go next.
Well,
Luca doesn't
no,
like
they-
fun and
I don't have any.
I hate fun.
successes.
So you're skipping your thing? Basically?
No, I'm not skipping.
He likes watching poor monastery.
Because everybody's gone except.
I'm gonna go third.
Hey,
No, but everybody's gone. That's what I'm saying.
No,
it's
no.
a new round.
Oh, it's a new round.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My auto success at the beginning counted as the first one.
Oh, gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
how much do you think this counts as a land vehicle?
Oh, interesting.
Oh yeah, way more than a water vehicle at this
Listen.
point.
Listen. Well, it's interesting because it counts as water for your spells.
But does it count as?
But how? Listen, if you can sell it to me with your description,
I'm honestly throwing shit at the wall. Just
Yo.
sticks.
the better your description, the lower the DC. So hit me. What's your plan here? Are you going up? Are you going up top to fucking what's your plan here? Because right now you're in the bowels.
Yeah, I would like to go up top.
Yeah, sure, you go up top, you see his body.
Oh no, sorry. There's literally
Heal me.
there's nothing I can do for
Oh, you don't have any healing?
No.
Oh, I can heal you.
But you're not going to.
I can. My ideas. I have one good idea, one idea.
It's because I'm trying to look at like design of this and like the ropes that are you know.
In my imagination, the mast by now, it's like being dragged kind of behind you and like to the side. It has kind of
something
collapsed.
I was gonna think of.
If that's helpful. That's how I'm imagining. This is a group cinematic montage. You can decide. Well,
Do I get the idea, right? That if maybe some of these ropes were to break off or be severed, like the ship might part eventually? Like, is it actually holding anything together?
The 2 halves of the ship might part?
So
Yeah.
in my mind, no. In my mind, these are just dangling, and
Okay.
it kind of looks like they're dangling and connecting. They're flowing in the wind, right? That's
Also, we've Himalayan, right?
and we've Himalayan a little
So
bit.
it's kind of like.
So, but if
Not
you want to do something about that and make it so that there is a way to separate them, you could try to do that.
If we turn the ship, it's possible.
Yeah.
It is kind of a giant sled now.
Which was
So
gonna
to
be
your
my
point
idea. I
about
was gonna,
land
like,
vehicle.
try it,
Yeah.
He's helping you sell it back, Dan.
Is there still like a stern on this thing? That's
Like a piloting
Yeah.
fucking wheel or whatever. Yeah.
I'm gonna try and mess with that
Okay.
to get us to turn.
I don't know how that shit works. I think that's like a wooden thing under it that might be gone, but maybe it's not completely gone. It sounds feasible, but very difficult.
I feel like there might still like be a mechanism.
Comment in the chat.
If I can at least.
I think it's the bottom, but I don't know.
I feel like it's the thing on...
Probably.
Maybe, yeah, exactly. But maybe there's a little bit left.
Yeah.
Listen, it's not gonna be easy, but go for it. You have land vehicle proficiency.
Have land vehicle proficiency. I knew this was going to be fucking
Really
useful.
good idea.
It is. No, it's I
Great
love
idea.
that.
That was
I love
gonna
that.
be like I was gonna say something like that for mine.
Huh.
Yeah.
That is cock.
Nice.
21.
21. Miraculously, fucking, like a third of the fucking like rudder or whatever the fuck is there, and it's enough that you're like, oh shit, it's working. It's working. We're steering left. Like holy shit, and then you start realizing like, oh no, now we're sliding like sideways. You're making progress. You're not out of the woods. You're making progress. That is a success.
I have selected a spell that I have a slot for.
Okay.
Create or destroy water.
Oh.
Subtle but effective.
Ah.
I'm going to destroy 10-gallon worth of snow to right the ship that was otherwise sliding in the wrong direction by guiding the front part of it so that it's heading, again, slightly in the correct direction. It's only 10 gallons worth of snow, but that's probably enough to at least make a change in the way that it's
So
tilting.
it was going like this.
Yeah.
Putting it like this. Like in the,
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So, I love the idea. I think I'm gonna ask for a roll, kind of like with Alex's.
Okay.
It's not gonna be super difficult
Sure.
because you are using a spell slot,
Don't roll a 4.
and the idea's great. but there is a chance that you time it wrong,
Of course.
or like
Absolutely.
you could make it
Without,
worse.
it's
You know-
you couldn't be any more right.
So, I think this would, to me, this is like Arcana or D20 plus your Wisdom bonus.
Wisdom makes
Yes.
sense.
For your, because that is your spellcasting.
That's not a save though,
ability.
right?
No, it's like it's a check. It's an ability check.
You got this.
That looks like a 3 from over here. So I'm a little blind.
Do you
It
get
is a
to? Do you have any more lucky?
he didn't roll 4 though.
It's not a dex. It's not a dex save. And then no more lucky. I gave it away. I have nothing. It's a
Okay.
6. It's a 6. That's all there is to it.
It is a 6.
I can tell you now.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Now that we're on the ropes, post to fail,
Yeah, and I'll get back to the consequence of that fail, but I'll let you go.
I quickly tried to ask Theramay,
You don't want to hear the consequence first?
I'll allow.
what is
Go.
the like? Okay, maybe I know. So my plan is to use my horn to give a
Yeah, a
warning horn. Like
That'd be great.
Like if I know the area, what an invasion horn sounds like.
Yeah.
Or honestly, just
They
kind of.
haven't noticed the avalanche coming down yet.
Well,
but then
you
you
never
know.
know.
You never know.
You never know.
I feel like maybe
No, I
just.
think that's actually
yeah.
That is a
Especially
sick
if they're
idea.
that's a
That is
fucking
sick
good
idea.
idea. To me, that's a good
That's a sick idea, and I think that's a relatively easy check.
Okay.
That sounds pretty easy to me.
So same thing, Constitution as I did before. Constitution
I would,
plus my.
I would allow, honestly, I would allow con because it's the lungful. I would allow intelligence because it's memory. I would allow charisma because you're hitting the right note. Whatever, any of those
We'll
three
do-
to me sound reasonable, and it's relatively
Charisma.
easy. I will say,
Or con.
in fact,
Yeah.
this sounds like a risky roll
Yeah.
because if you fuck this up, you're calling an avalanche right
Yeah,
on
yeah.
top of you guys.
Sure.
So here's a little. Well,
After the roll.
yeah, it's kind of the idea is kind of it's a success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then he's going to use it right away.
Come on, not this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
I gotta
that
stick
one.
to I gotta stick to my guns.
Stick to the guns.
This one has been treating me decent.
And once again, we're gonna get back to that,
Yeah.
that
Alright.
failure, which is happening simultaneously.
Okay.
11 plus-
17.
That is a success.
Thank you.
Now, you get that off right as a relatively miniature avalanche is kind of cascading down on you. Not super exciting rules wise. It's the same as the first failure.
Okay.
DC 15 for 3d10. Okay.
Yep.
So
We have to
yeah.
come up with a lot of different ideas
Yeah.
here, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I can't reuse the same
I'm
spell.
out of ideas.
I have other spell slots, but I can't reuse the same spells.
Yeah.
Unless I would be permitted to use the same spell that has multiple types of applications and use it as a different application.
So what I typically do in a skill challenge, I'll allow you to use the same thing as long as you describe it differently and
And use it
a
for
lot of the
something
time and use it for something different.
Got it.
A lot of the time I'll bump up the DC. A lot of the time. It depends.
I could also
it's
burn a
very
higher
different,
level spell slot because that was a level 1 spell slot for this ability. Maybe
I would take that into account.
Okay.
I would take that into account. Now, I need a DC 15 deck save, and as Justin just asked me, that is an automatic failed death save for 16 as you're fucking getting
Nice.
crushed, you're like pinned
My
under
body's
fucking
just-
mash. Bro, the fact that you're on the ship is miraculous in and of itself. It's thanks to the fact that you're being pinned.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
That was a success for you?
Yes, I got over 20.
Success, DC 15 deck save.
No, me is the failure that you didn't address.
That's what I'm doing right now. It's a group failure for me.
What am I doing?
A DC 15 deck save.
You have a +2.
10 plus 2. Plus I have the thing, which is 13.
So 13,
the cloak.
and then dex bonus.
Then I have dex, which is just +1, 14. But because it's a dex save,
What? Oh, Hopper, you're your little bunny
that's
boy.
the only way I can.
Your bunny boy.
to it.
Yeah, it doesn't, like, just the D4 is enough. Okay, so you guys take half damage.
Okay.
I take no damage actually.
You take no
That's-
damage.
Oh, thank God.
Because you're a little monk.
Okay.
Good shit. That is 17, not as bad as last time. 17 halved to 8. So you two take 8. You take 0.
I would have died.
Can you describe real quick how the fuck did you take 0 from that? You're steering. Maybe that's part of it.
Yeah, I'm steering and making sure that like I'm trying to get out of the way, but also like I will like jump over rubble and shit that comes into my way. I'm like,
Now, to add a little quick complication, sorry, I saw you were about to say, to add a little quick complication, the ship is like spinning, it's being like pierced by other boulders and shit. The chest that was in the captain's quarters, as well as like the throne, as well as the lantern that was in there, all that shit is coming. It's fine. I'm just saying it's around there. If you want to take your turn to search any of that shit, it's an option.
But it's not an auto fail to.
No. You can do side stuff. You're just not contributing to the group success.
Can I retcon that as a side stuff during my turn? I'm eating a poutine.
I'll allow. Yeah. I'll allow.
Bonus
Because
action.
this is taking.
Am I rolling
fun.
because it's in the mix of action?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes.
Can you remind me what the dice are?
It's the poutine or the curds.
The poutine. I already ate the curds.
44 plus 4.
Yeah.
What a sentence. The poutine. I already ate the curds. 44 plus 4.
but I'm thinking though, there's a bunch of shit like
That's 3 failures,
flying
right?
around.
2.
It's 2?
Yeah. I just didn't address his failure yet.
Yeah, but there was... Okay, I thought there was a third one for some reason.
No.
The horn was a success.
Yeah.
You're at 4 successes, 2 failures. 4 successes is great. Once again, it's a little loosey-goosey, but the idea is 5 successes is one half of the ship that's not hitting the monastery, which is
Okay.
excellent.
Yay.
How many successes?
Okay.
do we have, right?
4
We're
and 2
We're
failures.
4 deep.
4 deep.
Okay.
If on the 3rd failure, smack it into the monastery, and we'll address those consequences.
How? Because you said some shit was starting to fly around on the bottom of the ship.
Yeah.
Right.
Chests
Yeah.
and stuff.
How? With what velocity would you say? Enough to pierce
bit.
the whole of this
Fair bit.
rotten ship?
Maybe, yeah. Well,
And,
it's rotten, but it's also frozen like rock solid. So maybe if you help it along with a check, maybe that could do something.
Maybe if you like.
Yeah, I'm imagining more as like it's pinballing around kind of thing.
Okay.
It's a little bit of an obstacle,
So
but
there's-
also maybe an opportunity.
I mean, my main question is: there's no way that this thing pierces and damages the ship.
Not by itself, not immediately. Yeah. Although maybe that is for the second failure. Maybe that is how JP took some of his damage, and how Jack and how Lise took some of their damage. It was like maybe you got smacked by the fucking throne, the captain's chair.
Just shit flying around.
Shit flying around.
Yeah.
The benches from the rowboat, they're all peeling up. The loose floorboards that
It's
are
like-
legit loose.
Right.
In World War Z, when the plane starts going down, zombies are everywhere.
I'll take your word for it.
Then Brad Pitt gets some whatever.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. You're impaled right now with a floorboard. Great idea. I love that. I'm just.
All right, who's next?
Great question. That was 6, so I believe it might be the top of the, or maybe there's one person.
No,
You did
we went.
I think Nighthorn was the last one.
Yeah, failure, land vehicle, horn.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's right. We're back to the
Okay.
top.
Okay.
I'm gonna use Create or Destroy Water again. This time as a level 2 spell.
Okay.
In its second of only 2 types of applications, which is I'm not destroying water. I am creating water.
Oh,
Interesting.
Like
Okay.
Flowing, you could say, underneath the front of the mast to right the ship.
And you have if I'm remembering correctly, you have a +3 wisdom bonus
Yes.
Roll a d20, don't roll a 1. That is...
What was that?
Don't roll a 1. That is your condition for success.
Ha!
It's a DC 5.
It's a 4.
That's your 5th success. So
Ah.
we can kind of imagine, like, the front of the ship is now safely kind of... Maybe
Yeah.
it's
That was a
separating
level
little
2 spell.
Yeah. That, which is part of why the DC
Yeah.
was significantly lower. And you're using the alternative use, so... Yeah, and it's a fun idea.
So it's separated?
It is pretty much separate. Maybe it's like barely hanging on still a little bit, but the idea is because you got 5, the damage to the monastery will be significantly less.
And as my like bonus action, I'm going to reach for the most rotten, most disgusting piece of like well, how can I say this? Like corrupted either wood or like corpse matter that is like flying around pinballing. I'm gonna try to like grab onto something like that. I think is like extra gnarly, extra stinky, extra worthwhile investigating.
Okay. So typically, still challenge. I wouldn't. But like the healing is like something you do real quick, and the idea is like each of these things might be taking a minute, right? But because this is flavor, sure. You grab like you've got the fucking somehow the head of like the captain that was like rolling down the hill. It's now suddenly like its head to like pierce through like a fucking spear through the hull of the ship.
Oh, that's perfect.
You've got the head of the captain of the ship.
That's great.
Hatless, I'm afraid. Also, for the record,
Okay.
magic scimitar, magic armor, +1 daggers. That's all. But that's haste. That's all higher up in the mountain.
Yeah.
That's all good.
We'll come back.
The armor is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I fucking but
if we come back.
It's a one shot though.
it is a one shot, theoretically.
I'm getting a sunblade.
Yeah.
So, Therme and Lise.
Okay, so I will lay on hands him for 1 HP.
Good man.
And he gets
Almost
up and
makes me
slaps
forgive
you
you.
anyway.
Yeah. As soon as I get up, I slap you in the face.
Do
and
I
I
get-
realize what happened.
Do I get a check or is that it for mine?
That's your turn.
Okay.
Appreciate it. It almost makes me forgive you.
And we don't get a success for, adding more hands on deck.
Yeah, I was thinking about, you know what? Because it is simultaneously a side objective, but also a quick.
Because maybe he's like
You can have another. You can have another. That's fine.
Okay, so similar to Therame's idea, I'm gonna use strength to maybe kind of same thing, but with the mast that
Okay.
fell. I'm gonna try to direct it a bit. You know what I mean?
She big.
Yeah.
he's like slapping his arms around the mast, trying to like.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
You got a potion
It's
of.
really cool a bit.
Sounds very difficult, but you can
Yeah. Okay, maybe someone should go first.
try. Well, you're now back in the.
hot seat, but
Yeah, I
so
know, I get
You
that.
don't have to right now if you have something, Therme.
You know what? I was gonna do something very similar to that, so.
Well, if you have if you want to step up.
Yeah, no, that's not. The thing is, they're not good ideas. They're just ideas.
Yeah, that's where
I
I'm
have
at
a
too.
good
Sorry, did I not say that the horn was a risky roll?
You did.
Yes.
And you did succeed, am I wrong?
Yeah.
That's a fact.
All right.
Let's go.
I had this
Oh,
coin
yeah.
lying around. I was like, oh, I'm gonna put this away. Look,
Nice.
there for a reason.
Roland.
Alright.
Can I just ask?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like half dying, but do I get the sense,
Oh yeah.
do I get the sense that the other half of the ship, where all that stuff was, is like getting off, like where we won't be at the same like location, like.
For now, it's like you're slowly split.
Okay,
But time
unfortunately-
time is kind of fluid. In
Yeah.
the skill challenge. So
Unfortunately, I'm gonna use my action to try and make my way over to the, you know that little hatch we came in on, I think? Or no, it's
Yeah.
the other side. Either way, I'm going to the front of the ship, and I'm gonna try and make my way down there to grab what I'm looking for.
I knew I should have picked him up.
Sorry, dude.
So again, it's like flying around. What are you going to use to grab it, or it could be to spot it? Because again, everything's
Yeah.
Kinda chaotic.
So I mean, yeah, I could use a perception or investigation, up to you.
either way is fun for me. It could even be something else. It could be like I don't know, sleight of hand, pick it out of the air, or some. Like it doesn't have to be those two, but it could be those.
No, I'm gonna use perception to not only grab it, but also
Yeah.
like, I mean, not only spot it, but also try and find like a safe way to like hold on.
Sure, give her.
Okay, that's a success. 17 plus 9, so 20.
Now.
Six.
I'm glad it's happened.
Yes.
Because it could have not happened.
I know.
Just for you, time momentarily stops. Or nearly stops. Everything's like super slow motion. And you suddenly... What did you grab?
So I reach out. So there's the treasure chest, the throne, and the lantern you said. I reach out towards the treasure chest. My hand goes past it and grasps on to the lantern.
It's the poutine or the curds?
The protein, I already ate the curds.
44 plus 4.
Yeah.
What a sentence. The poutine, I already ate the curds. 44 plus 4.
But